So in this episode, we are going to see how we can create the users for our admin side. That means the super admin can create other admins for their particular roles, like a user with a role of editor, user with a role of publisher, user with a role of writer. Okay, so let's see how we can do that. So with that, I am your host Sarthak, and this is a channel where I talk about Laravel and the cool thing about Laravel. So if you are new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe and like Bitfumes on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. So before starting this video, I just want to congratulate you because we have hit the 5,000 subscriber mark on YouTube and also 500, more than 500 likes on Facebook. This is all because of you and your support, and let's start this video. So we have to create this user. That means if I click here, I want to see the user list here. So firstly, I need a table like structure, like we have the table here. Okay, so let's copy this table from this post and paste it here. Even we can copy it from tag, it's easy. Okay, so it doesn't matter, let's open this in Sublime. Okay, so let's go to view admin users show, which is just like this, but I want it to be a show like I have on the tag system. So I will copy everything from tag and paste it here. Okay, so obviously here we are passing this tag, so I don't need to pass tag. I will pass the users, and users as user, then username. Okay, then we don't need any kind of slug for user. Okay, and what is this? This is for edit, so this will be again. So what I will do, I will select $tag and control D, control D, control D, and yeah, okay, and I will now replace it to user. So everything is user, user, user. So let's go here at the top, and we have to change this tags to users, add new, that's okay. And let's open controllers. So I will go to app, http controllers and admins and user controller. Okay, so like every time we do, we have to pass the users from the database. Obviously we don't have any users, but we will create that users. But before that, we have to give the list. So I will say users is equal to user, but it's not user because we are saying it's an admin. So we have to say admin colon colon. Let's first get all admins. Okay, then we will sort out all these things. So now I have to pass it. So compact, oops, not this, compact and users. Okay, so now what I have done, I have passed this users, that means the admin users, and I have passed it to the view, and here I am using it with the for each loop, and let's see how it's look like. But before going ahead, let's include this admin model at the top. Okay, so I will use PHP companion, so find use, but it's not getting that. Let's see why it's not getting that. Because admin, yeah, I think that should be with a small a. Okay, let's try one more time. So find use, and yes, it's here. Okay, that's good. So let's go here and go to this users. Okay, so here you can see we have everything. I think we have to delete this slug as we don't have any slug, so that's good. So if I go here, I think at the bottom I also have a slug. Okay, so yeah, that's nice. Okay, so I have only one user, super admin, as a Sarthak, but now I want to add new user. So let's see, when I click here on the add new button, I want to get a form or a registration page where I can fill up the details of a particular admin user and then approve it and assign its roles. Okay, so let's first create that view. So I will go to resources, views, admin, and users, but I will copy what I will copy. I will copy tag. So I will copy everything from tag again because I have everything on the tag. And now I will go to user, create dot blade. It doesn't matter whatever name you will give. Okay, you have to just make sure everywhere you are using the same name, because I have used here create. You can also use create every time. I have used here tag dot blade. You can use create dot blade. You can also use this instead of post dot blade. You can use create dot blade. It doesn't matter. Okay, so here we have everything. Now it's not titles, it's user, or I will say add admin. Okay, so message is good, and it's not tag dot store, it will be admin dot store. Okay, so that's okay. And now let's see how it's look like on the page. So I will refresh, add new, but it will take me to the create tag, but I have to make some changes here. So I will open show.blade, find this, add new, and instead of tag I will say admin.create. So obviously I don't have this admin.create route, so if I refresh I will get error. So let's go to web.php file, and you can see we have already created a resource controller for the admin slash users. That means this controller is for our admin user related routes. So we have returned the show.blade in the index function of this. Okay, so likewise, if we want to create something, we can again use here instead of admin user.create. So let's go refresh, and yes, we have that route, so it's not getting any error. And now when I click add new, it will now again say admin.store not found, because on the create.blade for our creating user we don't have any admin.store. So I will say user.store, and here again user.index, and refresh. And yeah, because route is correct, and because our view HTML part is different, so that's why it's giving that tag fields. We will change everything here. Okay, don't be confused with this user, the admin side user and the front end side user. These are both different. So we are using this user.store. That means this is for admin, because this create.blade file is inside admin side. So obviously this will be user for admin user. Okay, so if you want, you can change this admin slash user to admin slash admin and make admin controller. It's only up to you how you can use the naming system. Okay, so let's again see what we have to do. So firstly we have to change all these things. So we need this is show.blade. Okay, so here we have to create one field which says name. Okay, so instead of tag title I will say new user name, or simply username. Okay, and here everything is good, and this is not tag title, this is username. Okay, and then we need email ID. So email, so instead of these things I will say one more email. Okay, and this will again email. Okay, so we have created these things. Let's refresh. Okay, so we have these things: username, email. Okay, so let's create a password field. So here I will say 1 2 3 4 5, and that should be password, and that password will be password. Okay, so this is like how it works. So when the first time the super admin creating any user, okay, so it will create a default password, and it will tell that default password to the particular user, and when user first log in, it will then change that password from its end, and that's how it all these things works. So the super user create a password, it will give that password to particular admin user, and admin user then change that password. Okay, so that's good. So this is password and the confirm password. So you can see it's all same, exactly same for the registration, but all we are doing, we are registering inside the login system. So this is the something different part. So confirm password, so I will say confirm password, so confirm underscore password. Okay, and instead of capital C, let's use small c, and instead of placeholder I will use space. Okay, so username, email, password, confirm password. Oops, two times confirm. Okay, so okay, confirm password. Let's see. Yeah, okay, so this is nice, but obviously this has to be password type, not the text type, so that should be password. Okay, so again, yeah, okay. So next is the most important thing, the role. So firstly we have to create a select box where we can give the roles. Okay, so here I will say assign role. Okay, and everywhere it will be, oops, not many times, 1 2 3. Okay, that should be just a role, and this is not a text box, it has to be select option. So name will be role, and here let's give a class of form control for the looks, and option, let's first say editor, then it should be publisher, then it should be writer. Okay, so how it's work? So writer only can write the post, then that post will go to the editor. Editor then review that post. It will just verify the post created by the writer, and then the publisher will get the post finally from the editor, and it will then publish that post. Okay, so that means writer and editor cannot publish their post. Writer can only write the post, editor can see what the spelling mistake, how it's the structuring, how it's look like, and it can edit that post, and then it will save that post for the publisher, and then publisher can publish that post. So it's very nice. Okay, so I will give value here to 1, or let's say 0 for editor, 1 for publisher, and 3 for writer. Okay, so what's that? Okay, so let's go refresh, and yes, editor, publisher, writer, that's okay. Okay, so this is good, and obviously we have to create the roles. So let's open that SQL Pro. So let's see how it's like. Block series roles. We don't have any roles here. So what we can do, we can create a system where we can create the roles. So let's give a new field here which say create roles. Okay, so I have to copy and paste. Let's copy and paste the tag one. So I will just use duplicate, and I will say role. So role folder is here, and here it will show show not the tags, it will show roles. Okay, and that should be capital R, and here again role dot create. So it's okay, and not tag name, it will be role name. So slug, we don't need any slug here, and role as, now I have to select this, control D as many time it has, then dollar role, And as we have decided, we don't need any slug, so not tag dot edit, it should be role dot edit, and this should be capital R in the footer of the table. And I think everything is good. Let's see, do we have any role controller? No, not yet. We don't have any role controller. So let's create the role controller. And again, that should be a resource role controller because we need a CRUD part on the role. So PHP artisan make controller. That should be role controller, but it's inside the admin folder. So admin slash role controller, and it's created now. So where it's here, yeah, tag controller is here. Nope, not tag controller, role controller is here, and that should be resource controller. Oops, I have done mistakes, so I will delete it. And okay, so that should be same, but resource. Okay, that resource controller is now created, role resource controller, and now we have to give the route. So I will copy and paste this thing, and here I will say roles route admin slash role, and that should be role controller. I'm doing all these things fast so that you cannot get bored. Okay, return view of admin dot dot only role dot show. Okay, so here again we have to say roles. It's roles is equal to, do we have any model for role? I think yeah, we have. So role colon colon all, and let's pass this to compact method with roles. And as we have passed here, we will get that roles here, and we will loop through this roles. Okay, so here we have controller. Let's see, it's a user known, we don't need. Okay, so let's go and go here. So I will say role, not role, simple role. So the problem is it's not getting that model, so let's include that model at the top. So I will say find use, and yes, it's at the top, PHP companion. And if you're not familiar, go and check out the Sublime series, link is in the description for that series. Okay, so go back, refresh, and yes, we don't have any role here, so we have to add the roles. So obviously we have to create, so here I will return view, and view will say admin dot role dot create. I'm using again create, so instead of this tag I will rename it to, okay, I have to rename it to create dot blade, and that should be not title, it should be roles and not tag. Again once more I have to say everywhere role, and here it should be capital R, here it should be capital R, and we don't need this slug here, so everything is good. And let's open show.blade, and here this role dot create, that's okay, everything is nice. Refresh, add new, and yes, role is here. So let's give role as editor, the editor, and when we submit we have to go it to create form role dot store. So role dot store, firstly we have to validate, so this arrow validate and dollar request, then the validations, and we only have one thing called name. I think we have name, yeah, role name. So let's see, yeah, we have here the name in the input. So controller name is required and has max of 50. Okay, I think this is good. So let's go refresh and submit. And yes, we are getting this error. That means our validation is working properly. So let's just store this. So I will say role is equal to new role, and that's it. So role arrow name is equal to request arrow name. I think now you will familiar with these kind of things. Arrow save, and then return redirect. Oops, not this. Return redirect to let's route. Return redirect to which route? I want to redirect to tag dot index. Okay, so go back and refresh and editor, submit. And yes, we have this, but it's redirecting me to tag, and it says what? Master, it's redirecting me to tag, and that's because my mind is somewhere else. I don't remember what I have to write, so that should be not tag, that should be role. Oops. Okay, go back and editor. As if I submit, it will give this thing. So editor again is here, but we have to make sure it should be unique. So unique for which table? Roles table. Okay, so if I go here once more and I type editor once more, submit, and yes, already taken the name. So back, yeah, now we have to give this delete option and the edit option. So firstly, let's try that delete option. So we will get that. So we will delete, and we have to delete, but we have to delete the roles. So role where the role, simply the ID is this ID, and delete. So simple. Then return redirect to, let's redirect to back from where we are going. Okay, so that's nice. Let's go refresh and delete one, and okay, and yes, it's deleted. Refresh, not here. That's nice. Okay, so this thing is here, and I think it's now getting very long, so we will continue this in the next episode. Till then, if you have any doubt, don't forget to message me, comment me, and you can also follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and don't forget to support me on the patreon.com, and we will meet in the next episode with some new cool things. So till then, goodbye.